segregation, motivation, supposed to be United Nations. Same 24 as you, don't spend it on no hate shit. It's 2020 and we still running in the race.
Alright, man. First, thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the south suburbs, Robbins, Illinois. Spent a little time there, and then I moved to Glenwood, Illinois for a moment.
So in high school, from what I hear, you were a pretty big-time athlete.
Yeah, football.
Can you speak on that?
Yeah, so I was playing quarterback. Like, that was like my first love. Like, probably before music, I would say. I probably was more leaning towards, like, I'm going to the league. Like, I'm going to the NFL. Like, I was putting all my time into that up until probably, like, my junior year of high school. When I got injured, I had a shoulder injury, shoulder surgery I had to get. And I was playing QB, starting QB, freshman, sophomore. And then my junior year, I got injured. And then, shit, I couldn't really throw and shit no more. Couldn't really do shit, and then I was tired of, like, I wasn't finna keep beating up my body and shit. I was lazy as fuck too. I hated practice, you feel me? I was a game time, you feel me, type player. But shit, after my junior year, that was my last time playing for real.
At what point did you start creating music?
I started creating music. I always kind of created music. I started creating music when I was like 6, 7 with Fem, my boy Fem. Me and Fem started. Like, we was recording on fucking webcam mics. We had a Rock Band mic that we used to use. We had Rock Band, but we plugged it up in. We had this program called Audacity or something. Audacity, we would just plug the mic up and record straight through there. Like, we was dropping mixtapes. We was the first people dropping mixtapes. We was dropping mixtapes in like 5th grade. Passing out CDs for $2. For real. Real spill.
Who were some of, like, your musical influences around that time that inspired you to start creating music?
Probably like Jay-Z. I know I used to like Hard Knock Life a lot. Like, it's a hard knock. Like, that song kind of probably inspired me to want to do it. Like, so Jay, Biggie a lot, Nas. I was listening to my pops and them was listening to a lot of Nas. I think I said Ye already. Kanye. A lot of R&B shit too. A lot of, like, I love R&B shit. Mary J. A lot of, like, moms playing a lot of Arkells. Unfortunately, we can't play that shit and say that shit proud no more. But Kells, we grew up on that. Yeah.
So you attended HF with, you know, I did that piece a while ago.
Yeah.
But, like, you attended HF at the same time, if not 1 or 2 years apart from Juice WRLD, Femdot, Martin Sky, Rocky Fresh, Queen Key, Toby Lou, and I'm missing a couple.
Yeah.
How did it feel to, like, part one of this question is, how was your experience at HF? And part two is going to be, how did it feel years later looking back, like, holy shit, about 10 of us are now, like, living off of music, having successful careers?
It's crazy. My experience at HF was crazy. Like, I feel like I had the best high school experience at, like, that shit was like a TV show. Like, I tell people all the time, shit was like High School Musical or something. Like, everybody was like, it opened it prepared you for everything. Like, for real. It was a diverse school, the school had hella money. So, like, me and Fem came from a school where our school didn't have, like, our school didn't have all that shit, like, fancy. Like, people had 2 gyms and, like, shit. We was eating lunch in the gym and, like, you feel me? So when we came to HF, it was just like a whole, like, eye-opener. You just see, like, a whole new side of life. Like, we had an ice skating rink. Like, we had ice skating for gym. Yeah. We had ice skating. We had canoeing. You feel me? In high school for gym, G. You feel me? So, like, that shit was just, like, that was probably, like, the best experience. Now, looking back, though, like, seeing everybody who came out, I feel like it's always that type of story. Like, with all the, like greats or, like, people that come from certain areas, like, you know, Virginia got they people. They got Pharrell, they got Timbo, they got Missy, they got, you feel me, Atlanta got theirs, every city. Like, even Chicago, like, South Side, Chicago, and West Side got they people. Like, I feel like for the burbs and for our area, for the south suburbs, period, we kind of, like, we those names. You feel me? We putting our city on the map, which is super dope. You feel me? Just seeing everybody flourish, being from a area that's not so much shined upon or light shining on that area, and oftentimes get overlooked. You know what I'm saying? So.
Bro, that shit's still so crazy.
Everybody, bro. Hella talent come out of there, bro. All the time.
At the same time, too.
Everybody just be in there.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in 2010 or 11, like in that high school, like.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's Juice WRLD right here. And, oh, there's
for
there's
real.
Martin Sky in his class.
It's a movie, bro. It's real life,
Queen
like
Key's
a
walking
movie.
down the hallway. Toby Lou just graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Fresh just graduated. Like, bro, that shit's
And that's
so
before
interesting.
Queen was rapping. Like, I remember when she had first started. Like, that's my dog. Like, me and Key super close.
That shit's
So,
so
like,
crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Can you speak on your friendship with Femdot?
Femdot, man, that's my right hand. Like, we started, like I said, we started rapping together. So that was like, that's been my best friend shit since 6, 7, you know? We 25 now. That's hella years in. We've been even rapping. Like, we've been doing this shit for a long ass time. Like, if it was up to us, we would have been like Lil Bow Wow. We would have been signed shit when we was fucking 10. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my right hand man. Like, that's who I go to for everything. Like, that's who I bounce ideas off of. That's who I like. If I feel like I'm tweaking on some shit, he gonna let me know. You know what I'm saying? So vice versa. But yeah, he going crazy right now.
You guys have a certain type of chemistry when you work together that I feel like doesn't happen often unless those two people, whoever that is, have just this like bond that lasts years. You guys have created a bunch of music, bunch of great music. What's your favorite collab that y'all have done together?
Oh, we got a lot of good songs, bro. But I'm probably gonna have to throw it back. We did this tape called The Great Ones. Probably like 6th, 7th grade. 7th grade. The Great Ones. That project has some hits on it. And they low-key weak as hell, but it's like, when you listen back now, you can hear what we was trying to do. And I'm like, we was on some shit. Like, we was on the wave.
How did you come up with the name Ohana Bam? And can you kind of explain the whole Ohana?
Yeah. So Ohana just means, when I was coming up with the name Ohana, I wanted something to represent like my whole entire like team, my whole everybody. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a name that kind of included everybody, and I'm super big on just family and having everything feel raw. You know what I'm saying? Everything is blood related. You know what I'm saying? So when I was looking for words that meant family, Ohana was like the word that really stood out the most to me. It kind of had a little ring to it. Bam is short for Bambino. I used to go by BK Bambino. Bambino, that just means baby in Italian, you know. Bam is a short for that. So Ohana is just a conglomerate, though. That's the name. That's the gang. That's the family.
At what point did you realize that your music was gaining popularity?
I feel like I realized my music was gaining popularity back in probably like 2014. 2014 when I was in college. I was at the University of Mizzou for a year, or Missouri. I spent a year there. And while I was there, like, I was just getting a lot of like you said, just a lot of traction. Like, that's when I was getting like the Pigeons and Planes and the Rolling Stone. We had a Rolling Stone, right? Like, we dropped a little project. Rolling Stone picked it up and did a write-up on it. A couple other blogs, and the numbers just start building. We was just SoundClouding it then, you know what I'm saying? Straight through SoundCloud. So that's when I started kind of really like taking the shit. Like, I was already taking it serious, but that's when I started seeing the shit kind of building and kind of going, and that's what gave me the confidence. Like, oh no, we doing this shit for real. Like, this shit really possible. This shit really going, you know.
So you're doing that for a while. You went to Mizzou, ended up coming back.
Yeah. So after that year at Mizzou, I ended up like I was opening for a lot of artists. Like, I was booking my own shows and shit at Mizzou. So any artists who I seen coming to campus months in advance, I was just looking. You feel me? Whoever I saw was coming, reach out to the venues myself and kind of was booking my own shit. So like after the end of that year, Warner Brothers had reached out to me. They had heard my project I dropped on SoundCloud. And it was kind of like, if you ever in LA, we would love to meet. And that was enough for me to go out there. I ended up not working with them, but like that was telling me like, bro, you talented. Like if Warner Brothers and labels is reaching out, even if one motherfucker, all you gotta do is get out there and get in the door and sit and see, you feel me, press play and let that shit speak, you know? So.
And then at what point did you end up moving out to LA?
I moved to LA 2015. So I came back after my 2014 year at Mizzou. I came back, I worked for 6 months, and I moved probably like January 2015.
Can you speak on how you got out of your last deal?
My last deal, so I was just in a deal for 5 years. I was just in a deal with Atlantic Records. And basically, I just recouped my deal. I recouped through Sync. So Sync is like my, you know, that's like my bread and butter. And what Sync is just like basically the soundtrack to like commercials and movies and video games and everything like you see on radio, everywhere, you know. So like commercial ads, Instagram, anything you use, Facebook, just ad. It's like the ad space, music in the ad space. I had owed the label, you know, so what they gave me, my advance up front, and Sync was like the fastest way to recoup my deal. Like I recouped it, and it was like a 50-50, like walk. It was, everybody was good. I was able to walk away, but like a lot of artists, it was a 5-album deal too, and I never dropped the album. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of artists get stuck in their shit because they don't know or even have the opportunity of finding these different avenues or ways to making money in the music industry. Everybody just think it's streams or like it's only about like sales or shit like that. Like I feel like the Sync game is just like a more like, it's less politics. It's more just straightforward. It's like paint our picture, give us our vision. Like, can you bring this shit to life for us? And if you do it, it's a check.
Are you looking to get back into a deal at some point soon, or are you trying to just ride out indie for a while?
Hell no. Like now that I did that, I feel like that was just like a learning curve for me. Like 5 years in the industry, like I learned shit that I never would have learned, or it would have took me longer to learn being outside of the label. So like now that I know how to really maneuver and I see what the label is doing, which is not really much like for what I need them to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this shit myself. I'm about to run shit myself. Like, now I'm in a position where I can like fund shit myself and like do, you feel me? So like, I'm not in no rush.
You kind of already touched on it, but you've been featured in a ton of movie soundtracks, video games, commercials, all that. Do you sometimes make music with those potential opportunities in mind?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, and also that's just honestly like my sound. Like I always loved making like big stadium shit. Like if I can't imagine it, like when I close my eyes and I can't picture that shit in the stadium or even on a film or in a movie, if it don't give me that emotion or that feeling, that's not like, I enjoy making big dramatic shit like that.
Can you speak on the upcoming project you got with DA?
Yeah, DA got that dope. Super good friend of mine. I got an EP coming out I'm working on with him. We've been working on a lot of different stuff. That's my boy. He going crazy right now. Super crazy. But yeah, we got a project I'm working on with him. A couple other projects I'm working on. It's gonna be a crazy year. I'm just ready to get all this shit out. Now I can flood.
As far as solo projects, like, I know you said you're working on a couple right now. Will it be out this year? What can fans expect off that?
I want to drop something this year. Like I told myself I wanted to drop at least 2 projects this year. So I might do the DA project and then another one. I'm thinking about doing I dropped a project in November called Naked Silhouettes. I'm thinking about dropping the acoustic of that too. Like with just straight guitar and just recut the vocals to all the songs.
So, through your time in the music industry and just living in LA, doing all the cool shit you've done, I'm sure you've got the chance to meet a bunch of like notable people.
Yeah.
Who was like the one person that you met that you were like, damn, like I just met so and so?
Damn, I had I don't want to be weird, but I don't really be having like fan moments, but like I just be like, I be feeling like I always felt like we belong in those rooms. You know what I'm saying? So I've met people like a lot of everybody, but like Quincy Jones, I've met. That was just one to me that was like, bro, you a god, like in the music, like Michael Jackson, like Whitney, like he's a like GOAT. So when I met him, I was like, that was crazy. I had a crazy dinner when I was signed. When I was on Atlantic, we had a crazy dinner. I was sitting next to, rest in peace, but Nipsey Hussle, Meek, Ty Dolla. There was some other motherfuckers there too. A Boogie, couple motherfuckers. But that was dope, like being at that table and knowing like, and even niggas didn't know who I was or nothing. I love it. I love that, like being a underdog, a little silent creeper. You feel me? But it was just an eye opener for me. It's just recognition. Like let me know like you supposed to be in these rooms. Keep doing your shit. You feel me? But that was like a real dope moment. Meeting those people, being at the table with them.
That's how you know Bam's rich. He says, "Yeah, I don't get excited meeting these people."
They ain't doing shit for me. They ain't doing shit for me. I get excited. You feel me?
So a lot of your visuals are super well put together, even more well thought out. Do you have like a lot to say in the like with the video directors and like the process of creating your videos?
I do, and sometimes I just let I have like the videographers I work with. I kind of trust their vision in a certain aspect too. Like I want to hear what they, because that's their job, so to speak. So I like to let them. I want to tell them my vision, always, of course, but then I want to see, they might see it through a different lens. You know what I'm saying? So I always like to let the videographer do his thing, but I always got to touch it too. You know that.
So obviously you're from Chicago. You've worked with a decent amount of Chicago artists, but like,
Yeah.
who are some Chicago creatives, whether that's artists, producers, whatever, that you want to work with in the future?
I feel like me and Saba should do a project. Saba, we already got hella songs together. But I feel like in the future, whenever it is, we should do a project. Me and Dilla got a project we gotta do, of course. Who else? I love Raven Lene. She's super dope to me. Never worked with her, but she's dope. What's some more people that I like from Chicago that I haven't had a chance to work with? I don't know. It's so many. It's a lot of people that's crazy out of the city. I like Polo G a lot too. Polo G hard right now. He talking that shit. I love it. He floating on shit. Polo hard. That's probably my top. People.
Outside of Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously that song. What's your favorite city to perform in?
Ooh. I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of fun in Miami. I performed in Miami, that was a lot of fun. New York, and probably LA. Those my top.
What accomplishment so far in your career are you most proud of?
Signing the deal and getting out. Signing my deal and getting out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very proud of that. Cause now it's up. Like I've learned so much. I feel like I gained. Like that's gonna be my biggest. Like what I do with it is it's worth it. It's worth the most.
What do you think is something that is like unique or uncharacteristic about your music that helps you stick out to fans?
I just feel like my voice and my melodies and my beat selection. My voice, my melody, and my beat selection. And what I'm saying, my lyric. Like, I feel like I'm just, I don't know, even my sound, like I feel like it's I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like a polished sound. I got different, my range is crazy. I feel like I can almost hop on anything. I'm gonna float on it. I'm gonna make sure it sound good. Yep, relatable, you feel me? Especially like this new stuff, I gotta press play on you before I leave. But this new stuff I'm working on is just like, even Femdot approved my verses. So whenever Femdot approves the verses, that means I'm on the right path. But yeah.
You kind of touched on it already, but like in your music, you're like extremely versatile. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever just like think like, damn, I want to damn near make like this type of project, or I damn near want to make this whole other sound type of project?
I do that a lot. I feel like that's what inspired me the most about Kanye, because even like every project has had like a different sound, like from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies to fucking Yeezus to like every project comes with different sonics and different sounds. So like I feel like I'm in that same type of realm, and he make it sound good. He did a gospel album, like, and it sounded good. So it's like I feel like I'm in that same type of realm where if I want to tap into something or it's a sound that I like, I can do it and make that shit sound, make it me. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about Kanye running for president?
He tripping, man. The boy tripping right now, man. I don't even know, man. Somebody said his album must be ready.
My last question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Shit, in 5 years. In 5 years, I see myself being on top of the game. I see myself chilling, you feel me, living my life, investing. I'm gonna just live a nice luxury rich man lifestyle. Robe, hot tea in the morning, green tea, honey, extra honey. You feel me? Balcony. You feel me? 5 years from now, hopefully, if everything goes how I want it to go, you feel me? That's what we will be. We'll be having the next interview, maybe in Malibu or something. You feel me? We need that.